they have the directors of the company, they have to give the minimum subscription to the company. Before, for getting this minimum subscription, okay, the company people, they have to they have to pay some amount to the company. Thereby the public will have a confidence that this company will stay. So minimum, for getting this minimum subscription, okay, the company people, they have to go into an agreement with some people, and that agreement is nothing but underwriting agreement, and the process is nothing but underwriting. Okay, this underwriting, it is compulsory in order to get the minimum subscription from the directors, because even though the directors are the directors of the company, they have to give something. And this thing we can easily come to know when we go for any function, when we want to get donations. The people who are going to start the function, they have to donate first. Basing upon their this thing, subscription, okay, the other people also, they will have a confidence, oh, this function is going to be conducted by these people, like that. Okay, an authority in authentication you will come across in this aspect. So this underwriting is nothing but an agreement between the company as well as the underwriters. Underwriters are the persons who will take the shares of the company which are to be subscribed, and they will issue the shares to the public. The process is known as underwriting, and the persons doing that is known as underwriter. Underwriter may be a person or an agency, or that is a group of some people. Like this, you will come across underwriting. In underwriting, okay, the shares, whatever it may be, the shares that are to be subscribed, they will be given to the concerned persons, that is the underwriters. And the underwriters, after taking the shares, what they will do is they will keep some marks, and that applications we'll call that thing as marked applications, and the applications which are not marked, we'll call them as unmarked applications. So what is the benefit that the underwriter is going to get? Okay, what is the benefit the underwriter is going to get? The company people, they are going to pay some commission to this underwriters. And what is the commission? According to Section 40, subsection 2 of the Companies Act of 2013, the remuneration for issue of shares is 5%, and for debentures it is 2.5%. So, taking into account the amount what they have underwritten, on that they will pay the commission amount. For issue of shares, it is 5%, and for issue of debentures, it is 2.5%, according to Section 40, subsection 2 of the Companies Act of 2013. And here we have to take into account what is the liability, gross liability of underwriters. We have to take into account. So the underwriters, what they will do is, how many shares, how many share applications the company people they had given to us. First of all, they will take that, and in the ratio, that is 40%, 30%, 30%, like that, they will give the shares. And the marked applications, that is the underwriter, he will keep some marks, so we'll call them as marked applications. This marked applications, how many are there, we have to take into account, and from the total we have to deduct the marked applications, and that amount we have to take that as the net liability. And after that we have to take into account the unmarked applications. Okay, unmarked applications, and the final result is nothing but and the final result is nothing but the liability of the underwriter. Still, how many shares that he has to subscribe? He has to subscribe. So the underwriter, what he will do is, he will take the shares from the company. He will take the shares from the company, and he will mark, okay, for how many people we have to go and you have to give them. And basing upon the marked applications, the people, they will come to a confirmation that we can get or we are going to get the shares. Then only the allotment stage will start. Up to that extent, the allotment stage won't be started. So like this, the marked applications and unmarked applications also we have to take into account. And sometimes the company, okay, it itself, it will go for this underwriting. We'll call that thing as firms underwriting. Firms underwriting. So this firms underwriting, as well as the underwriting of the underwriters, all these things we have to take into account, and we have to get the net liability or the liability of the underwriters. Here in underwriting, you will come across partial underwriting and full underwriting. What is this partial underwriting? Some shares, some shares, they will be marked and they will be given, and remaining they will be with the underwriters. That is nothing but partial underwriting. Generally, every company, they will concentrate to go for complete underwriting. When they go for complete underwriting, then only the allotment stage will start. Up to that extent, the allotment stage won't start. And in underwriting, we are having two types, two methods. So first method is, we'll take into account all the shares which are given to the underwriter, and after that how many shares he marked, and after deducting that from the total whatever shares that he had taken, then we have to go for unmarked applications, and unmarked applications also we have to deduct, and we have to add the firm's underwriting. Then only we will come to know about the liability of the underwriter. Still, how many shares are to be underwritten, and how many shares are to be given to the public for allotment. So this is between application stage and allotment stage. Mind it, this is between application stage and allotment stage. So after getting the applications, don't be of that opinion that the company people, they'll go for allotment immediately. They will take into account this process of underwriting, and then they will allot the shares to the public. So before that, this process, it will be done internally, internally in the company, internally in the company. And this underwriter, after underwriting the shares, they will be allotted to the public. So this is the process that we come across when we are going for the issue of shares or getting of the shares or allotment of the shares. So don't be of that opinion that the shares, after application, the shares will come. So this is to be taken into account. Suppose if the underwriter, if he cannot able to underwrite, he has to return the shares within 15 days, within 15 days again to the company. Then the company people, either it will take the responsibility of underwriting, or it will allot the shares to another underwriter. In a company, when you take into account this underwriting process, you will come across a single person or a group of persons forming as an agency, and for that agency, the company people, they will give this work of underwriting. So don't be of that opinion that we will come across only one person. Sometimes one person, and sometimes an agency. But this underwriting process is very, very important before allotment of shares to the public, because the company people, they have to see, okay, how many people are genuine, how many people are genuine to take the shares. Because every person they will apply for the shares, no doubt. Every person they will apply for the shares. But whether that person is a genuine person in taking the shares or not, that thing the company people they have to know. And after this process of underwriting, then only the company people will come to a confirmation, yes, these people they are genuine people and we can allot shares for these things. And another thing is, okay, suppose one person he applied for 1000 shares, okay, because application money will be very very less, so he will apply for that. So 1000 share applications he will apply. But the thing is, the company has to decide whether to give 1000 shares or whether to give less than that, because the company has an opinion that all the persons whomever or whoever they are applied, they must allot them. There should not be any partiality. There should not be any partiality. Every person they must be given the shares, whether the allotted shares, whether they may be less or more, whatever it may be, every person they must be allotted. With that opinion only the company people they will go for this underwriting. And basing upon this underwriting only, the allotment process it will start. And one person who applied, already I told you, one person who applied for 1000 shares, whether he is a genuine person or not, when we give 1000 shares to this person, whether he is going to keep them or whether he is going to pay the remaining amount or not. So when the company had a doubt, and when the company is having not that many number of shares, so then what they will do is they will allot only 500 shares to the person who applied for 1000 shares. And what about the remaining money? The remaining money, the company people they will refund that. That is, the person he allotted, he applied for 1000 shares and the company people is allotting 500 shares, and remaining 500 shares application money they will refund to that person. Or in some cases, okay, whatever it may be, the excess application money received from that person, they will adjust to allotment. Thereby the burden of that person it will come down. So either in this way or in that way, the company people they will do this. So underwriting, okay, it is a internal process of the company. It is an internal process and it won't be leaked out. Only the process, okay, only the process they will take into account. And after doing that process, after completion of that process, then only the shares will be allotted to the public. So underwriting is very very important from the point of the company. So with this I'm just stopping, and whomever they want, okay, I'm ready to take the online classes. If you are interested, you better take my number, or you better give your details. So whatever it may be the subject, I am ready to take the online classes. And my phone number is 9849238902. If you like this, you better please subscribe for my channel. Thank you.